Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm great, thanks.
Good. Where are you from?
I'm calling from Brazil. My
Uh,
name is Richard. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. You have an easy name.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's like an American name.
It is very, very much so. Well, good. And Richard, what do you do? Do you work? Are you in school?
Yes, I currently have been studying college. I study electrical engineering. I also work. I work in logistics, and I have been studying English for 2 years. I think over 2 years, which is great. And especially here on Cambly, it's been about 1 year and 1 year. So that's great.
So it's good then. Studying on Cambly is a good thing for you?
Yes, it is. It's a great thing because I can practice almost every day. I I try to have great conversations like this every day here. When I'm not exhausted, you know what I mean? Because I do a lot of things, and sometimes it's hard to do a lot of things at the same time. And but that's really great. Cambly is allowing me to increase my English a lot.
I'm glad to hear that. I always wondered about the students who have been using Cambly for a longer time, how it's helped them and if it's helped them. So I'm happy to hear that.
Oh, thank you. That's really great. And I haven't seen you here before. Are you new here?
I am new. About a week.
Marita, that's great. Welcome to family.
Thank you. I do teach English on a couple of other platforms. One is like a full-time job for me, and the other one is very, very part-time. And then this I try to do once or twice a day for an
Okay.
hour or two. I just try to like get to talk to some students. So, but I like it. I like it.
That's good.
Yeah. My other job is working with children, so this is good.
Oh, that's great. And I can tell you are so energetic.
Oh,
So
thanks.
I thought you you teach
Yay.
children.
Well, thank you. Thank you. So, tell me a little bit about yourself and where you live, and if you want to talk about something specific, let's do
Okay,
it.
I don't have anything specific to talk about. We usually talk naturally about
Yeah.
all sort of topics. And okay, I live in a city called Guarujá. It's a city in the state of São Paulo here in Brazil. Have
Okay.
you ever heard about São Paulo?
I have,
It's
yes.
such a popular place here, state here,
Uh,
which is really cool. And my city, Guarujá, has a lot of beaches. It's a tropical city, and so it's so warm. Every day is almost, yeah, I think every day is hot here compared to the US, especially. And if you like to do things outdoors, here's the place. And what else? Uh, a little bit about me. I like doing exercises and hanging out with my friends. And how do you type anything?
yep, I'm typing, so I
Okay,
can
okay,
ask questions. Yes, so
okay,
I can
okay,
ask questions.
okay. And what else? Yes, and I like to have conversations on Cambly. English is such a great subject. I really love it, and that's why I have been working so hard on my English because I think when we do we do more to learn it. So that's what I think. And what I'm working on right now, I'm trying to decrease my Brazilian accent and sounding like you guys native speakers. So
Ah, okay. Well, then
yeah.
I am going to be challenging because I have a southern accent. It's
Oh,
not,
could you please say that again because you
yeah,
were frozen?
yeah. So my accent is challenging because it's more southern. And actually, I saw when I went in to create my profile, it says like North America, Northern, Southern, Eastern, Western, and I'm Southern, so I have a very different accent, and sometimes I talk fast, so you'll have to say, "Stop, stop." Uh, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, but
No, no,
sometimes I
no
do do
worries.
that. So
No, it's so good. I want you to speak fast in your normal way because I think that's the best way to learn. Right?
okay. And if you need me to stop, just say.
Okay, thank you. And you told me about an interesting thing. I struggle with learning about the directions. For example, you told about the northern area, the southern area, exactly. So can you please talk a little bit about
Yes,
that?
of course. Okay, so just like anywhere, right? Anywhere in the world, it's like a giant melting pot. You have people from everywhere. Well, America is very much like that. We have, north part of the country.
Okay.
Their accents don't all sound the same. In fact, they're very different. If you go like northeast, they
Northeast.
are very strong accents. And the word sounds are very hard. And if you go northwest, their accents are, how would the best word I could say is they're very calm and cool, and they don't speak fast.
Okay.
Then you have the South, and the accents in the South are very different. Even from this southern state to this southern state, they're different. My sister-in-law is from a state right above me, and
Okay.
her accent and my accent
They're
so
completely
strangely
different.
different. Yes, but they both sound good, I think. They're just very different. So you'll hear, just like if you were in Brazil talking to someone from the north to the south, you'll hear a slightly different uh, intonation or tone in their voice. It's because of where they are from. So,
Let's see. Yes, I can tell the difference between the accents from England, New Zealand, Australia, but I can't tell the difference from the accents in the US. For example, if you are the northern area or the southern area, I can't tell the difference.
mhm. I think it would be, and this is totally up to you. And think about this a little bit. You mentioned you wanted to decrease your accent to
Yeah,
sound more native. I have a
yeah.
suggestion, and it doesn't have to be me. You can pick anybody. I would suggest you pick a tutor from the South and a tutor from the North and take classes with them. Let's say you do one on Monday, one on Tuesday, right?
Okay.
And next week, the same one on Monday, the same one on Tuesday. You will start to hear, because you already know how they speak, you will start to hear the tones in their voice very differently. Um, it would be like you going out with friends and someone from the South was there and someone was from the North, and you can tell the difference because you're
Wow.
used to talking to them, right? So if you find a tutor you love, uh, and you start talking to them, you will get used to and be able to tell where they're from, north or south. You will not be able to pick a state and be like, oh, it's right there. But you will hear north or south. So that's always good if that's what you're interested in, if that's how you'd uh, like to try and hear the different dialects. That's a great option, is to find someone from the north and the south. So just an
Yes,
idea.
yes. When I mean I want to decrease my accent, I don't want to have an specific accent. I just want to sound natural because once I talked to another tutor here in Cambly, and he was like, "Oh, where are you from?" I'm from Brazil, and he said, "Oh, you don't look like you are from Brazil." I feel great. You look like you are from America, but I I wouldn't. How did he say? But I didn't know where you were from, and I was like, "Oh, that's great." So, and do you know where is this accent when people in the US say kind of they are having kind of something in their throat, like that's really cool, like this. You know what I mean?
Chicago. Chicago.
Chicago. It's so it's so funny. That's really cool.
I'm so glad you did that. Thank you. Yeah. Check Chicago. That's the voice. That's the accent.
That's good. And which places have you already been in the US? Have you ever gone to New York or Los Angeles?
I've been to New York. I've been to California. Well, I've been to the airport in Los Angeles, but not really, you know. I've been to the southern part of California, like San Diego, San Jose. I've been to, if you see Texas, Oklahoma is like right here, and I can show you if you want. I have it. Oh, I have it. Here we go. This is helpful. So here's Texas right here, and here's Oklahoma. There is, let's see, Louisiana. This is where my sister's from. Sounds very different. So I've been there. California's all the way over here. So I've been to all of these states as you drive through. This is Nevada. You know Las Vegas?
Oh, Las Vegas.
That's Las Vegas. And
crazy place, isn't it?
crazy. And then all of these little places over here, they all have the hard accent that I told you about, which is, you know, those are cool accents. Those are cool accents. I like those. So I've been to a few places, but not as many as I think I should have for as long as I've lived in the States.
So could you please get that map again?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's such a great map.
Oh, hold on.
Could you please tell me about for example, we have north, south, east, and west, right?
Yep. East and west. Yep.
East and west. And for example, on the left hand side, we have the north. How did you say it?
So here we go. So I'm backwards to you. So so bear with me here.
You are the opposite.
All right. So obviously north, south, right?
Okay.
Now if I was staring at this, California is going to be to my left.
Okay.
So that's my west. Okay. And I'll write it. Let me write it on here. This will help. West, and this will be east.
If you want to, you can turn around and put the map on your wall.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Okay, that's great.
Does that work? Can you see it?
Yeah, they can see
Hold on.
Okay, west, east.
So California's on your west, and then obviously if you go up, let's say this direction, your Washington, D.C. Is northwest.
Okay, perfect.
And then if you're going, let's say, down to the east to Florida, where Disney is, southeast.
Okay. It kind of, it's like a combination, right? North to
west. Yeah. And then we have a whole nother region of the country that we call the Midwest, which is basically right here.
Midwest.
Okay. So it's not quite in the middle. It's just over a little. So yeah, I wish I had this so that I could send it to people because I think it's a good resource.
Yes, it is. Of course, that's good.
Maybe I'll look for it. I'll see if I can find it for you.
Is there Midwest as well, right?
No, just Midwest.
Just Midwest? Oh, I didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But
and how about in the middle?
The middle of the country, let's see. What do I know about the middle of the country? Well, the middle of the country, so starting with Texas and going up, they call this Tornado Valley, which means the tornadoes usually drop in and go up and down the country. And it can be the same tornado, it just blows up and down the country. But I couldn't tell you about the accents, really. Above Oklahoma, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
but
I don't care a lot about accent. You know what I want? I want to be understood. If I say the right words and I being understood, that's okay. But your language is so stylish. You have a stylish language, and I like your accent. That's good.
Well, thank you. I like yours. I think yours is better.
Oh, thank you. Why, in your opinion, why do you think people care a lot about accents?
Uh, Honestly, I think people are fascinated by it because it means you're from somewhere different,
Yeah.
right? So straight away, you're
Mhm.
interesting because you're from somewhere different than me. Um,
I see.
a lot of times I tell people, "Oh, I'm from Europe." And they say, "Oh, you don't sound like you're from Europe." You know? But if I did sound like I was from Europe, I would get a lot of questions all the time. My mom has an English accent because she's from
Mm,
England,
okay.
and she gets questions all of the time,
Oh,
and it makes her crazy. But, you
oh, you
know,
don't have an English accent.
I don't, not at all.
I see. I think that's why, because of the high school and people in the US.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been here a long time, so that's why, but I don't know, I think that's why people like their accents. I think people are just so interested in where other people are from. So, but I can understand why you would want to be more like a native speaker. That's pretty cool, I
That's
think.
great. And do you intend to learn another language?
Well, originally I did when I was younger. I went to international schools and I actually moved to the States from France. So I spoke French fluently.
Oh,
I spoke like a tiny, tiny bit of Italian, just enough to ask for things or figure out which way to go.
that's it.
But that's it. So, but then we traveled to the United States, and here, the population of people in Texas, they speak English or Spanish.
That's
So I had no use for my French at all, and I
I
lost
lost
it.
it. But can you remember some words?
Yeah, some words I can remember, but
It's hard,
oh,
right?
not good
I
enough.
see.
Not good enough, you
And yeah,
know?
then as Texas is close to Mexico, are there a lot of people from Mexico there?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. A lot. Actually, originally, I want to say when I was in high school, they were projecting that the Hispanics in this state, so Mexicans, Hispanics in this state, would become the greater population of our state. Whether or not that's true right now, I'm not sure. Um, but that's what they were saying it was projected to be. So,
I see. That's so interesting.
yeah.
And I really enjoyed this conversation. Actually, this is so late here in Brazil. It's 12:10.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
midnight. I know. I was thinking, oh,
yeah,
you must be
have to go
tired.
to bed. It was really nice talking to you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Richard, if I find this, I'll send you it in a message,
Okay,
okay?
thanks so much. Have a great night.
Absolutely.
See
Thank
you
you. Good
later.
night.
Thank you
Bye.
too.